Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we explore one of the most fascinating topics in sociolinguistics, cultural diversity. If you are an EFL student doing research, understanding how language and culture interact can improve how you collect data, interpret responses, and even design your research tool like survey or interview. Let's dive into the core ideas together. Let's start with the questions. Why do we study English? English has become a global lingua franca, a bridge language spoken in countries like Ghana, the US, Cuba, Indonesia, Japan, and many more. But just because people speak English doesn't mean they speak in the same way. Culture and context shape how English is used, and this affects everything from pronunciations and vocabulary to politeness and style. As researchers, we must recognize these variations, especially if we're analyzing data from different regions or social groups. Then let's go to define sociolinguistics. What is sociolinguistics? It's a scientific study of language in relations to society. It is a definition mentioned by Wado 2015. In simple terms, it looks at how language is used differently by different people depending on their social background, identity, or situations. This is highly relevant to research, whether you're observing classroom talks, conducting interviews, or analyzing text messages. Sociolinguistics helps you understand why people speak the way they do. One key idea in sociolinguistics is variations. And it's totally normal. Language is not fixed. Variation is an inherent characteristic of all languages, meaning that all languages naturally exhibit differences over time and across speakers. While some linguists aim to describe languages as uniform systems, real-world language use is full of variability that plays a crucial role in communications and social identity. There are some types of variations. First, inter-speaker variations. It is differences in language use between different speakers based on regional or social factors. For example, some speakers say the car needs washed, while others say the car needs to be washed or the car needs washing. Second, intra-speaker variations. It happens when there is a differences in language used by the same speaker in different contexts or situations. For example, a single speaker might use all three of the above constructions at different times. Third, linguistic variance. It is a different structure of forms used to express the same meaning. For example, need washed versus needs to be washed. Fourth, social meaning of variations. The variation is not random. It carries social significance and is influenced by factors such as identity, formality, and regional background. And there is also connections between the language used by the speakers and the variations that the speakers use. The first, because of the identity as a social construct. Individuals hold multiple shifting identities depending on the context. For example, a person may identify as a mother in one conversation, and in another time she becomes a professional mother. Second one, because of group identity and social categories. The social identity is constructed through language use within groups. Groups can be formal or informal, long-term or temporary, and individual negotiates their membership within them. The next one, someone's or the speaker use the language because would like to explain about their power. They would like to express their power. Power influences how people form identities and groups, and how certain languages or dialects are valued in society. Standard languages often have symbolic power, impacting employment, social mobility, and credibility. And the last one, Language variations can be influenced by the speaker because of the speaker would like to show solidarity and to show a certain language behavior. Solidarity motivates people to form bonds and act together based on shared identity. So language is not just a means of communications, but it is a tool for constructing identity, negotiating power, and expressing solidarity. It constantly varies across individual, groups, and social contexts, shaping and being shaped by the society. And language as part of cultural knowledge. The passage explains that culture is not about arts or literature, but the social knowledge people need to function in their society. This knowledge is learned, not inherited, and includes how to use language appropriately or applying communicative competence. Linguistic anthropology studies how language and culture are connected, showing that language reflects and shapes cultural norms. So language is actually also a product of a culture. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video gave you a deeper understanding of language variations and cultural diversity. If you are doing research or just curious about how language works in real life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in comment. See you in the next video.